When the franchise had its 10-year anniversary, they made their first special episode to celebrate it. This episode was within the Wild Force season, and it brought together all the Red Rangers from the beginning of Power Rangers. The only Ranger that wasn't in that special episode was Rocky, for some reasons that I won't mention now since it's not important for this video. That has been one of the best anniversary special episodes we have seen, and basically the only special episode that can be compared to that one is the last one that we saw. We already have a whole video talking about this very impressive episode that all the fans have loved, so this point is already clear. We all know that the most important color in Power Rangers has always been red, and almost all the team leaders have been red. There are even seasons where red is not the leader, but it is still the main character. That said, we must also recognize that the second most important color in Power Rangers is pink, and the Rangers of this color have always stood out. In addition to this, it is the color that girls have always preferred, and important Rangers wear this color. I know that many will think that green is the second most important color, but the reality is that only a few Rangers who have had this color have stood out in the franchise. This does not mean that other colors are not important, nor that the Rangers with other colors have not stood out. It simply means that pink has been almost on the same level of importance as the color red. This is not my opinion. I have always said that colors should not be the most important thing in a team, and that I like it better when the leader of the team is a different color other than red. Even so, you must accept what Power Rangers is, and in this franchise the color red has always been the most important color. Then pink has been the second most important color, and that's why the theme of this video is about a special episode that many fans have asked for. Although the Power Rangers audience is mostly male, even so, male fans have also asked for this special. Forever Pink, a special episode that brings all the Pink Rangers together for a major battle and creates many epic moments. This is not a female empowerment video, nor is it a video about feminism, and I mention this, so you are not writing in the comments that this is a pro-women advocacy. What we talk about in this video is about the colors, and that is because in another video we talked about the absence of women in Forever Red. We can also mention the absence of men that could be in this special episode of Forever Pink. In the franchise there are no male Rangers using the pink power. This is without mentioning some exceptions of body swapping in some comics. Still, the issue we are talking about is not about inclusion, but that pink deserves a special episode, regardless of the absence of men. The important thing is that we have an episode of just all the Pink Rangers coming together in one battle, as we saw in Forever Red. This is not meant to do justice to the color pink or the women, but it would simply be very epic to see a battle of all the Pink Rangers together. Something similar happened in an episode of the comics, and honestly it has been one of the most epic moments I've read in Power Rangers comics. In this story, Kimberly was locked in the pocket dimension that the Rangers use for practice, and next to her was Tommy, but he had been badly injured. Due to some mistakes, several very powerful villains had entered that dimension, and Kimberly had to fight them alone. She was about to give up, but through the Morphin grid she was able to connect all the Pink Rangers of the story, and they all fought together with her to defeat these villains. Kimberly led this whole team, and it was a very epic battle that just by reading it made such an impression. I can't imagine what it would be like to see this on TV with all the effects, music, and real actors. Everyone who has read the comics knows that, if the producers of Power Rangers bring these stories to television, then the franchise would be very powerful. Even though this is a fact, it still has a lot of pitfalls that we sometimes don't think about. We know that a Forever Pink episode would be spectacular, and this is why many fans have been asking for it for many years, but this has big challenges that the production would have to face. The biggest challenge would be to be able to reunite all the Pink Rangers, since many of these actresses no longer want to participate in productions like Power Rangers. Another thing is that many of these actresses are no longer in acting and currently have other businesses. In the Forever Red episode, it was easier to reunite everyone since only 10 years had passed and the Rangers like Jason or Tommy were still young. Another thing is that there were only 10 Rangers that they had to gather, but now they would have to gather many more Rangers, and that is a bigger challenge. The solution to this is that to make a Forever Pink episode, they don't have to gather all the Pink Rangers from the history of the franchise. They could even gather only 10 just like Forever Red, and that would be enough. Obviously, the selection of these Rangers could be difficult, since if more than 10 Rangers want to participate, then that could be a problem. If we talk about the age of the actresses, the best example that this is not a difficulty is Kat, the Pink Ranger that we saw in the special 30th anniversary episode. This actress is 48 years old and was the second Pink Ranger in the franchise, so the other actresses must be younger and could fulfill the role. Kimberly was even willing to appear in the special 30th anniversary episode. She just couldn't come to an agreement with the production, and she was the first Pink Ranger in the franchise. Amy is currently 52 years old and possibly the oldest Pink Ranger in the entire franchise. If she was willing to return, then it is a possibility that the other actresses would want to return. There are two very important things to mention. The first is that the special episodes can continue to be done every year, and they should not wait to celebrate an anniversary to do them. We have always had special episodes just to celebrate an anniversary, but really the special episodes can work on their own and you don't have to wait for a celebration. The other important thing is that this should not be a women's special episode, and I want to explain this very well. By this I mean make a Pink and Yellow Ranger special just to make a women's special episode. As I said at the beginning of this video, this is not a female empowerment episode. This would be an episode to give prominence to the color pink. It's just a coincidence that all the Pink Rangers have been women, just like all the men in Forever Red were men. They should only do a Pink Rangers episode, since the epic thing about this is seeing all the Pink Rangers come together for a battle. Give me your thoughts in the comments on this special episode. If you want to see Forever Pink, like this video and subscribe for more Power Ranger specials.